How did the community of Orient get its name? What famous millionaire helped to build the first library in Gresham? Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Ken Ackerman. Joining us is Christy Weaver, curator here of the Gresham History Museum. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, I just found out that Gresham's name would have been
Campground.
Campground,
Might have been Campground.
Oregon.
That is true.
And what was it a flip of the coin? What?
Not something so exciting as that. Originally, this area was a place for pioneers coming on the Oregon Trail, heading into Portland and the Valley. They would stop and camp here to rest before moving on the next day. So it was informally known as Campground for quite a while. And then when people started settling here, the town needed a name, and supposedly, a local business owner, Ben Franklin Rollins, wrote to the U.S. Postmaster General asking for a post office. Also at the same time, another local group got together requesting the name be Campground. Ben Franklin Rollins decided that we would get a post office quicker if they named the town after the Postmaster General, who happened to be Walter Quinton Gresham. So the town became Gresham instead of Campground, though there were people rallying for that to be our official name.
You know, for so many years I've lived in Oregon, and I never knew the history of Orient by Damascus over there.
Yeah.
It has a great history.
Yeah, so the community of Orient is named for Mio Amakoshi, who was the first Japanese settler in Oregon. She came over with her Scottish husband, Andrew McKinnon, and their daughter, Toby, and they settled in the Gresham area. Andrew McKinnon and a few other people established a steam sawmill just outside of the city of Gresham, or the town of Gresham at the time. And they named the sawmill Orient in honor of Mio, and that community was developed in that area, and it still exists today.
And we're in a building right now, an English Tudor style building.
Yes, we are.
And it was originally a library, and there was a millionaire who was very integral in getting this library built.
That's correct. So this building was built in 1913 thanks to the help of an Andrew Carnegie grant. Andrew Carnegie was a huge philanthropist and gave so much money to build libraries across the country and around the world. This library was built in 1913 thanks to his grant and the hard work of the townspeople who had to help match part of his grant in order to make the building come to being. It was the library until 1989, so for quite a while, before it just was too small to hold all of Gresham's books, and they ended up building a new library just about a block away.
Tell me about the Book Brigade.
The Book Brigade, the famous Book Brigade. Okay, so this building ceased being the library in December of 1989. The new library was set to open in the beginning of 1990, and there were still about 14,000 books that needed to be moved from the old library to the new library before they opened. And so in December of 1989, instead of loading up those books into a truck, a team of community members came together and formed a human chain from this building to the new library and passed those books from person to person until the last book made it into the new library, and they're known as the Book Brigade. You
know, museums throughout the country are finding that it's hard to get younger kids interested in history and coming to museums. Has that been something that you've seen here, and how do you go about getting them in?
I think it is something that we've witnessed here. We do get a couple of high school students, and we currently have a couple middle school students who volunteer with us here, and we're always very excited to have young people enter our doors.
And you have some upcoming events.
We do have some upcoming events. So we're hosting a series of lectures started by the Center for the Arts Foundation. They do Third Thursday Studios lectures. We'll have those here in October of this year, as well as February, March, and April of next year. We'll also be participating in the Historic Downtown's Safe Trick or Treat on Halloween. And then every December, Santa Claus comes to pay us a visit. Santa loves history, and he comes and takes photos with our visitors for a few Saturdays in December.
Thank you. Christy Weaver, we appreciate it. Best thing I learned is Santa loves history.
Santa loves history.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being with us on Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Ken Ackerman. Make it a great day, everyone.